is that the EFF in Metsimaholo gets 28% of the vote. And then these parties there, the DA, which has got maybe 26 or 26%. And then they combine with other parties. Some have got 1% of the vote of the people of Metsimaholo, and then they form government. 28% of voters in Metsimaholo said the EFF must be government and would not participate there. But parties which have got 1%, 2% are the ones who are allocating resources, are the ones who are deciding where roads are going to be built, are the ones who are deciding which informal settlements to formalize. The same in Johannesburg. Parties that have got 1 seat, 2 seats, and then ourselves who must say, no, we are not going to do that because these parties are not part of the 7 cardinal pillars. So the EFF is not a sect. Like we are an organization that is revolutionary, that from time to time should determine just how do we participate in activities that are going to enhance and advance the interest of our people. Let's say the ANC gets 45% next year, we get 25% or whatever number of votes that we get, and then they combine with smaller parties. Some with 1 seat, which will be having 0.25%. I think that is how you deserve to get 1 seat in parliament. Of the entire vote, 0.25%. And then those people must be the ones who must constitute government. When 25% of the voters of South Africa said you must be government. That is the question that we must constantly ask ourselves. We're not in a coalition with the ANC. We are participating in government in Johannesburg. We're going to participate in government in Ekurhuleni from next week. Speak. We are participating in government in eThekwini. And the system in eThekwini, it's a result of elections. There was never any discussion because that is how it works, that the executive system of government of the metro of eThekwini says that if you have got this number of seats, you deserve a position in the executive that deals with government. So the EFF is represented in eThekwini and is responsible now for real programs that are going to empower our people. Those are the questions that we must be asking ourselves. That in situations where there is a sizable mandate from a section of society, should we become a sect and say, no, it's us or nothing? So no, a sect, so a sect can easily become a terrorist organization because you believe that your will or nothing must be what must happen. So we're not a sect, we're a revolutionary, dynamic organization that has got clear principles in terms of what we stand for. But that does not mean that when we participate in government, we must take reckless decisions and just want to be occupying positions even when we know that there is no capacity to could add any value. Sometimes we find people say, no, we want to participate in a government of a municipality which is under administration, doesn't have resources, owes ESCOM 10 billion rand. And then you say you want to be government there, and in a coalition as EFF. To do what? To inherit the problems of debts to ESCOM. And so those are some of the issues that, because we must be able to deal with these issues in a much more different way. Look, I think what part of the things that we're going to do as part of the 10th anniversary will be to publish, because in 2014 we published this book of The Coming Revolution. And I think we must distribute it, the electronic version, to everyone. Komisambu is saying. So everyone, to the entire membership of the EFF, let's have it available. But the chapter that deals with the history and overview of the EFF in this book covers fairly well some of the major developments prior to the formation of the EFF and when it had just been founded. We can expand on the component about Marikana because I say a subsection that speaks about Marikana being the turning point in this book, which we must expand on. So part of the publishing approach which we had spoken about was that, from the plenum, was that we should do the smaller sizes of books as well, like not these voluminous components of 288 pages. We must do the ones of 50 pages, but are succinct and clear in terms of what should happen. I would think what we need to do as well, we must publish the history of the EFF as a separate book, and then we're going to publish a separate book called The Seven, which will be an